I mean, sharing the same taste in music as someone else is basically a soul connection, and when you multiply that by thousands, it really is a wonderful thing, making you feel like you're not as alone in the world as you oftentimes feel like you are. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. In this one, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on the second half of the first season of the one-of-a-kind Netflix original series, Everything Sucks. There are 10 episodes in total, so this one is going to be about me going in depth on episode 6, so allow me to inform you of the most recent series of events that occurred between Kate, her dad Ken, Luke, his mom Sherry, and Emmeline, the characters who played the biggest role in shaping the previous episode, What the Hell's is Arginda? After sharing their first ever kiss with anyone with each other, Kate confesses to Luke that she isn't sure if she's attracted to boys, but rather girls, resulting in them making the decision to be friends, but fool everyone around them into thinking that they are a couple. And when I say everyone around them, I really do mean everyone around them, including their parents, Ken and Sherry, who, believe it or not, are actually on the way to winning the love lottery themselves when they discover just how much they have in common. It's actually a lot more than your average parent and principal, and in only a matter of days, their professional meetings in the principal's office turn into romantic dates at fancy restaurants, putting anyone who's a sucker for romance at risk of suffering from a serious condition called cuteness overload. Still, they are reluctant to tell their kids about what's going on between them, admitting their true feelings for each other through hushed voices over separate ends of the phone line. At the same time, Kate and Luke are sitting in Ken's dining room, where Luke realizes that he's in love with her during an emotional performance of the song Rocket Man by Elton John, an undeniable classic, whether you're living in the late 1990s or late 2010s. Given the fact that it's already difficult enough for him to be happy with the knowledge that she'll never love him back as it is, it's a good thing that he doesn't see the way Emmeline looks at her when they're alone together because, despite the fact that she has a boyfriend, it's easy for anyone to see that their relationship is slowly falling apart in front of the entire population of Boring High. Episode 6, titled Sometimes I Hear My Voice, however, begins on a much lighter note. Instead of freaking out Kate by telling her that he loves her, Luke surprises her with a set of concert tickets for two to see, you guessed it, Tori Amos. Unable to contain her excitement, she smiles bigger than ever before, something I'm sure we all do upon receiving the news that we're going to the concert of an artist we love. Believe it or not, I myself have seen Tori live, not once, not twice, but 3 times. So far, that is. I would always go to her shows with my mom, and only my mom, so it's no surprise that she loves this show so much because she relates to Kate on that so well. The only problem is, her and Luke have no means of transportation. Well, that is, until Luke comes up with the brilliant idea of taking his dad's car into the city, something Kate is reluctant to agree to, but eventually does because, like my mom and I, she is willing to do anything to get up close and personal with the talented singer and pianist. With Kate's hand on the steering wheel and Luke in the passenger seat, Tori's music blasting the whole way there, they are having the time of their lives without even having stepped into the venue yet. It's a scene that definitely highlights the excitement of going to a concert, let alone one like this, and I feel just as excited as they are, because I feel like I'm actually right there with them. Then, when they finally do step foot into the venue, it's everything Kate imagined it would be and more, because she looks at all of the people around her and feels like, for once in her life, she doesn't have to pretend to be anyone other than who she really is. It's definitely got to be my most favorite scene in the episode because I feel the same exact way whenever I go to the concert of an artist I really adore. I mean, sharing the same taste in music as someone else is basically a soul connection, and when you multiply that by thousands, it really is a wonderful thing, making you feel like you're not as alone in the world as you oftentimes feel like you are. Kate knows this feeling better than anyone, which everyone knows when they remember how she felt like she had no choice but to eat lunch in the girls' bathroom of all places to avoid criticism, yet she was still the main topic of conversation for the 2 girls sitting by the sink. Keep in mind, the song playing at the time is Silent All These Years, and as a closeted lesbian witnessing a lesbian couple in the crowd, it gives her a glimpse of hope that she'll have a future where she can feel comfortable in her own skin, and others will feel comfortable with her as well. That's all the proof I need that whoever directed this is a creative genius, and if you don't believe me when I say that now, girl, let me tell you something. I felt the waterworks coming, and unlike Squidward, I know that no one left a bowl of onions in my bedroom.
Hey, who left this bowl of onions here?
Unfortunately, though, all good things must come to an end, and this happens rather quickly for her and Luke, who, by the end of the night, find themselves in the middle of their first serious fight. Judging by the way he looks at her, she can tell that their fake relationship is not as fake to him as it is to her, and they can never truly be friends until he wraps his head around that. The way she tells him this, though, is pretty harsh, and things don't get better when they leave the venue, only to realize that their car has been towed, leaving them with no choice but to tell Ken what really happened. On the bright side, he decides not to be angry with them, but understanding, because he himself is doing things he's never done before, all thanks to Sherry. Together, in the less than 24 hours of alone time they had without their children's knowledge, they got high in the school parking lot, played tennis in the gymnasium, and stripped down to their underwear as they made out by the pool. I love the side of Ken that only Sherry can seem to bring out, and never want their love story to end, but don't want Luke and Kate's friendship to end either. I don't think any true fans of the show do, really. If we're being honest here, we all know that Kate didn't have a single friend before meeting Luke, and while some people enjoy being alone for too long isn't very fun. Well, on that note, I'm going to end this video, so I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!